tires are massive. All right, we're back for another video. No, we're not putting the engine in yet. I'm sorry, but we are in for a short-term pain, long-term gain kind of thing. So another week spent on this engine bay, I think will go a long way. Now I know it's a little bit more of a delay, but that's fine. We got time. We have time. We have heard some special news. We are going to be featured in the Nitto Tire booth at Import Fest here on July 12th down in Toronto at the Convention Center. You do not want to miss this. This car will be there. It is going to be off the chain, as they say in young language. Also, make sure you hang in there, like this cat right here. Some inspirational stuff for the shop so we can continue to work hard. Thank you, cat. Thank you. So, as you've seen in the last video, we have removed the engine once again. We've prepped the firewall, we've smoothed it out. We've done a lot of work with the panels, chopping and whatnot. We are now under the home stretch, as you've seen in some of the clips before this, that it does now fit perfect. It sits in here perfectly. That is all completed. We spent a little more time smoothing some things out just to make it perfect. We've patched some holes, and the battery connections I think we'll keep there. So what we're going to do now is remove some of the suspension, because as you've seen here now, I have removed more paint and prep for painting of the frame. So what we're going to do is just remove some of the suspension, going to hang over, wrap it up in plastic, spray the frame and whatnot that really needs it. There's some paint missing there. We've had some brake fluid drip down there. A lot of stuff, you know, underneath the things that were kind of covering it up. So now we can pull it apart. We can do some touch-up paint on the green brakes, you know, stuff like that. This is going to come down. We're going to remove some of the air lines and get it out of the way. And the master cylinder is going to come off of it a little bit. We'll tie it back into a place where we can work on it and get to the back firewall. So this, I believe, is finished now. There's a little patch there. The engine kind of bumped it. We're going to patch that again. And then we're going to twill weave carbon over top of this. And it's going to look really, really nice. Now, that does put us back another week or so. But like I said, short-term pain for long-term gain. I think it's going to be really nice. And it's going to give us another little extra something to the engine bay. So we're really excited about that. And then, obviously, I'm going to have to make some new covers here, but we'll make that over later once the engine's back in. So once that's in, engine can go in one final time, and that'll be it. Then we can create a nice cover for here. I've relocated this within the wiper area. I don't have the wiper stuff ready, and that's not my concern at the moment. I want to just cover this and make sure it's real nice, and we'll get the car back on the ground. It is the next day. Now we're moving on to carbon fiber skinning the firewall. So you see below me here, I've got a nice cut pad I borrowed from Emily. She has all the best stuff. Some paper to make some templates, and multiple rolls of 12 by 6.5 feet carbon fiber twill. So what we're doing is we are coating all of this with carbon fiber. There'll be a piece and a piece and a piece and a piece and a piece. So what I'm planning to do is maybe make a seam and a seam and a seam, just because it might be a little hard to bend around the surfaces. And yeah, that might be the best bet. I think we'll start with maybe this piece, kind of easy, or maybe I could cut out the center and we can lay the center in first. There is a bit of a dip there in the middle and I don't really know how that's going to go, but that might be okay. So we're going to go ahead and start cutting some templates, and then we'll start to try to cut this carbon fiber. Now, as if you know anything about carbon fiber, it's very sharp, and also you have to be very careful because these strands start to pull and then it ruins the design. So basically we're going for design. I'm guessing it'll add some structural stability to the car, but not really necessary. Just for aesthetics, and it's going to go look really nice with the frame. So that should be it. Let's get started. Okay, it is the next day. We have spent many hours creating templates, cutting pieces of carbon fiber. We have every piece of this firewall kind of done. I'm not quite sure how the joints are going to look, but I'm going to try my best to keep it all consistent. I did try my best to this one goes in front. This is the brake booster. So I did try to match up the weave as well, so it kind of looks like it was supposed to be that way. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, so I've got this tape on here, which is great. It's holding all the strands and whatnot in place. This piece goes in front. So I've cut around that. That'll be nice in behind the brake booster. So these joints here, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to push them together. Getting this tape off is going to be challenging. So what I might do, or what I've been looking at doing, is actually putting some spray adhesive on the back side of this and kind of letting that sit. So we'll go get a table, we'll get it out, and we'll lay all these pieces out. We'll get some spray adhesive and coat the back of this. And then I'll tape off all this fresh niceness and up above there and whatnot, and we'll spray that with spray adhesive as well. And then we can kind of get it in the joints, make sure it holds in place, let it kind of set up, and then we'll start putting some epoxy on it. So that might help instead, because when we tried to do some work before with the epoxy, it takes 4 hours for it to really tack up and then stick the piece on. I don't have the patience for that. As you've probably seen in a lot of other clips, I keep touching it and moving it, and anyways, then I have to redo it. So this time we're gonna try something different. We're gonna spray adhesive, put it on. It should hold in place, and we'll see how the joints kind of line up. I'm hoping that the design even lines up. Didn't really think of it until the end of yesterday while I was doing that. So anyhow, welcome back for another day of fun. So let's get started. We'll get the table out. I just cleaned up the shop here, and we will get these pieces sprayed up and hopefully tacked on the firewall. Let's go. Well, we made another mess. But look at that, it looks pretty good. Try and get some light there so you can see some of the sheen. Looks pretty good, All nice in the corner. I went underneath a few inches. Didn't have to go too far, but I might continue here a little bit, just on that base. Kind of make this more fluid, but turned out pretty good. I'm not mad at that. Again, it's, you know, it's really intricate corners and you have to kind of make patches, and anyways, it turned out okay. I was doing some trimming here and kind of make this as nice as possible. This is really the focal point. When you open the hood, it's kind of like, you know, the brake boosters here, it's nice and clean. So really try to make this nice, so that'll be good. I did have to make some patches here and there, as you saw probably. You know, some of the stuff wasn't cut properly. Again, indents, curves, all that stuff's a little difficult to kind of mold around, but the spray adhesive method works great. It's really stuck on there, which is great. I just hope that the resin doesn't react negatively with the spray adhesive once it's kind of good. Like, I don't know if this stuff actually really dries. It just kind of stays tacky forever, but I'll give it a little bit and maybe put some heat on it or something. We'll let it kind of warm up, and then we'll start mixing some resin and we'll see what it looks like with some resin on it. So try not to put too much. I don't want to be sanding, but luckily it is very flat. So hopefully, unlike the chopped carbon, we only need a few layers of this stuff, and maybe it'll just soak in and it'll be all good. Looks great. So we're making some progress. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Hit subscribe below and the bell notification if you want to see more videos like this come up. We are moving right along. We're going to start resining right away and hopefully get this engine in here ASAP. I do need to get on the transmission, which we will probably do in the next video. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.